Hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Timothy with timothygroup.com, and today I'm going to handcraft you a delicious cup of tea. It's Tuesday, and we're going to make a new tea blend for the week. Stay tuned and see what kind of tea we're having, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. I have a new order of tea coming in today. It was supposed to arrive earlier, so if it comes in while we're still recording, I'll do an unveil to show you guys some of the tea that I'm going to be doing next too. But today, thanks to Nutstop, we're going to slice and dice kiwi pieces, bake them into perfection for about an hour, and blend them with our jasmine tea right here, which is definitely a premium quality tea. The first thing we're going to do is wash our hands and put on some sterile gloves, and then we're going to take out the kiwi pieces and start slicing and dicing them. Thankfully, they're already dried as they come in, so that way there's less... Oh, hold on. Just by chance, that was the mail person outside with our tea order. So let's see what we have today. Surprisingly, I've been doing really well with the tea, so much so that I've actually been needing to order more of it. So it's such a blessing, but now I have to ensure that I'm keeping up with orders and demands. So I'll tell you guys once we get settled some of the extra events I'll be doing soon. Whoops. So here is our box, and here's the unveil, and shine some light on this. I ordered an extra bag of hibiscus because hibiscus is definitely very popular. And then I think I got 3 pounds of green tea. So I got some green tea. I got blackberry fruit tea. I forgot I even ordered that, but that sounds delicious, doesn't it? And then I have black tea that I'm going to be using to blend probably with some citrus fruits or some peaches. I have another pound of green tea because green tea is spectacular tasting and it goes great with so many different fruits. And then I have the raspberry fruit tea because I think I have only 2 left from my last order. So we're going to do raspberry fruit, possibly mix it with an additional fruit to go with it. And this is ginger peach tea that I have right here. And you can see too that it has like some of the peach pieces in it as well. Absolutely delicious. And then my last green tea. So there we have it. I got, what is that? 1, 2, 3. It's like we're in Sesame Street, right? 4, ha ha ha. 5, ha ha ha. Okay, just kidding. So 6, 7. I got 8 pounds of tea to try to get us through the next couple of weeks. Can we do it? Let's hope so. But anyways, enough of that. We're going to go back to our regular broadcasting in just one moment. Over the last 2 Saturdays, I've been doing the street vendor fair, and last Saturday was a pretty good success. There were tons and tons of people, partly due to the fact is that it was opening season for all of the different types of street fairs and vendors they have up here in Oregon. So back to oops, I dropped the knife. When a knife falls, you always want to drop, right? So, but we're going to go back to slicing and dicing our fruit pieces here. And we're going to get these ready to bake. So that way we can dehydrate them even more and get them into a nice blend with the jasmine tea we have. As of now, I'm just slicing and dicing them piece by piece. I'm sure I could do them multiple like pieces of fruit at a time, but this way too I make sure that they become like, diced into very small pieces, so that way as much of the moisture can get evaporated out of them when we're going to be baking them even further. So I've been applying for a variety of events too that go on here in Oregon. And by chance on Friday, I have an interview with the Department of Forestry doing wildfires for the summertime. And I'm going for the opportunity because I think, it's a very noble and, great kind of job to have. Plus, it'll force me to get into shape. And I just feel, all around it's a good idea. But it might interfere, though, with some time I have doing my vendor work. And I also applied for doing Renaissance Fair, which we'll talk a little bit further about in a little bit. But those also might interfere with the dates. But all going well. Hopefully I can do both and all the above. And we'll see. This Saturday I'm going to do my best to be at Saturday Market at 5 a.m. again. But last time I was up at 4 a.m. I want to try to be up at 3:30 maybe, because I'm going to try to have some more time to make the tea and get there a little bit earlier. So I had an issue with parking last time, and I need to make sure that I get a good parking space and that I get there as early as possible. So 5 a.m. is as early as you can get there with the permit. And I had pretty good success. A lot of people came out and saw me. They like what I'm doing. They like my tea. And on Sunday, I'm going to be doing Piccadilly, which is the flea market event, the longest running indoor flea market in Oregon. I think it's been 50 years, something like that. But they do all right, and I'm excited about doing that. I'll be in a new location this time, so it's going to be new for me. But I'm also excited to do it. Although I need to ensure to stay hydrated and continue to drink water with me. But part of the reason why I kind of slack on drinking water when I'm out is because I don't want to have to leave to pee. But anyways, that's another story. But we're going to keep on cutting this fruit. We're about maybe halfway done. And then we're going to start baking it pretty soon too. So my biggest thing is too, with the weekend coming up, is I'm hoping I'll have plenty of, I won't be too tired or too burnt, and I'll be able to do both back to back, smoothly and easily. Now that we've sliced and diced the dry fruit, we're going to start baking it for about an hour at about 200 degrees, 225, to get it nice and extra dry. Although we probably don't need to even bake it at this point. I think it's a good idea because I'm in a really high humidity area to begin with. And second of all, if I understand it correctly, I think it also may enhance the flavor as well. So we're just going to spread this out, get the light turned on so we don't forget that we have something in here. Turn it about 200 or so, and just get the rest of these fruit pieces on here. You'd be surprised on how much a pound of dry fruit can be. So it took me about an hour slicing and dicing. So I might just get a dicing machine, but I know unless it's like the countertop versions, they're not always everyone's favorite. So look at that. We're just going to pop that into the oven. And maybe I might get a dicing machine, but we'll see. Put it on the bottom rack. And we're going to give that about an hour, maybe a little bit more. It's been about an hour, so we're going to turn off the oven, take out our fruit. See how it is. It looks almost identical, but it smells really, really good. So there we go. We're going to let that cool for a minute and start blending that into our tea. Now that we've let the fruit cool, we're going to mix it into our tea and get this nice and well blended. So it looks like we have everything we're going to need for the right cup of tea today. So we have our kiwi jasmine handcrafted tea bagged up, and then we have an infuser, which I already preloaded, and we got our little shovel to help put the tea and the fruit inside of the infuser, our teacup, and we're going to be boiling a hot cup of water to go with that. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the rain going through the pipes, but we're just going to put our infuser in here and get our hot water ready. We're just going to pour it right over. There we go. And then you want to get the hot water onto the leaves. That way they start to rehydrate and start doing their thing. Okay, almost to the, there we go. That's a whole 12 ounces. It's turning some color, but I feel like I might have more fruit than tea in this one, but we'll find out in a little bit. We're going to give that about 10 minutes maybe to cool down a little bit and see where it's at. After we've given it some time to cool down, we're going to pull out the infuser. And as you can see, it's already fully rehydrated. Let's see if I can get a photo. Look at that. So, definitely full. Definitely rehydrated. I've already given it a taste in just a second. This one right here is more like a honey golden color. You can taste the jasmine, but it's definitely lightened out a little bit by the kiwi. It doesn't have like a kiwi taste though, but it has like a fruit taste or like a refreshing taste to go with the jasmine tea. So earlier, I think I was talking about how I've been applying for other large events as well, and then also too, the rest of my week is pretty packed. Doing Saturday market, an interview with the forest department, and Piccadilly on Sunday. Oh, excuse me. I got to get my sleep on deck too. So, thankfully, tea. Normally, it's pretty mellow for me, so I don't feel it affects my sleeping very much. Plus, yesterday too was I was up really late, so I'm guessing tonight I'll be able to sleep a little bit easier. But the tea though itself is nice. I was going to do jasmine by itself, but the jasmine with the kiwi, it seems like a pretty good idea. So I sure was craving those kiwis quite a bit. They smell really good. And like I said too, I think it gives the tea just a light flavor. And then too, it's like, it's evening time. And it's cool. It's like kind of cold outside. It's wet outside. It's raining. And then just kind of relax, and have a nice, subtle tasting cup of hot tea. It really goes well with the evening, But let me know too if you have other fruits that you think would go good with jasmine or other teas you want me to try, or if there's like herb teas that you want me to try. So, but until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening, a good week, and enjoy your cup of tea.